Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Holmes, and today what we're going to discuss is how timing and rhythm exercises can enhance the brain, especially those who are suffering from some sort of spectrum disorder, whether that's ADD and ADHD or all the way down to autism. So for attention, we have, in general, humans have about 20 to 30 minutes of what's called spotlight attention. That's that laser focus of attention that lets us get tasks done. We have about 20 to 30 minutes of spotlight focus. Now that requires a proper functioning different parts of the brain, such as the frontal lobe, the temporal lobe, and the cerebellum. Kids with ADD and ADHD, as well as adults, generally have a really hard time with focus, hence attention deficit disorder. They don't have that 20 to 30 minutes of laser focus. So what we're going to focus on today is how to enhance those parts of the brain. And believe it or not, timing and rhythm exercises is excellent for these kids and even for adults. So what I'm talking about is working with a metronome. In our office, we like to use something called an interactive metronome, but if you just have a regular metronome at home, that works as well. So when we are clapping, or we're snapping, or tapping our toes, or stomping our feet, along with a rhythm, what we have to do is we have to listen for the rhythm, we have to wait for the beep, and we have to calculate it and time it perfectly so we're right on the beat. So what this does, it works temporal processing, or the rate at which an individual can process auditory information. So what does that translate to? It translates to a child sitting down in class, listening to the teacher speak, and processing and understanding what exactly they're being asked to do, following instructions. That's an area where a lot of kids with ADD or ADHD have a really hard time with. It also works a part of the parietal frontal network. That is where we get a lot of our intellectual function, our executive function, our attention control, and it will also help decrease emotional fits and things of that sort. All of which kids as well as adults with ADD and ADHD have a really hard time with. So just by working with a metronome, we can enhance these parts of the brain. What I love most about an interactive metronome or a regular metronome is the ability to be extremely detailed or extremely specific. So what we do at Integrative Brain and Body is we do a neurological exam on pretty much everyone who walks through our office, especially those who have some sort of spectrum disorder. Then we find weak areas of the brain or overfiring areas of the brain. Then we will give out exercises and do exercises in the office that will enhance the weak areas or dampen down the overfiring areas. For example, it might be working with a metronome and only using the left hand and the right toes or something along those lines to help advance the left cerebellum and the right frontal lobe. So those are some of my favorite exercises for kids with ADD and ADHD as well as adults. I use the metronome for a lot of adults as well. So if you're interested in more information on some tips that you can do to help with your spectrum disorder, please visit our website, ibrainandbody.com/ADD-ADHD. Thank you.